All platoon, fall in. It's the Joe and the Jarhead Show, Christmas edition.
You are Joe.
I am Joe.
I am Jarhead.
There you go.
Did I interrupt something you were going to say more?
No. You're good. I'm just impressed you remembered that from last time.
That I remembered our names?
Yes.
It is the title of the show, but don't put it past Jarhead. Okay. We are bringing, it is a Christmas edition, but we're still going to talk about the news because that is who we are.
Yep.
So today we're going to talk about, we got a couple of rapid fire headlights. I love that.
Headline highlights, but jarheaded into a single word.
Jarheaded.
It's a verb now.
Oh, it's so going to be. So the Democrats are holding on to the articles of impeachment. Democrats had a debate that was kind of a clown show. People are getting shot. And
It was like a not really a debate.
Yeah. Some cool things and some going over in United Kingdom. Some really cool things in Virginia.
Yes.
And get this, folks, something pretty cool coming out of the ACLU.
Yeah, I am not used to saying that, but you know what? In the spirit of Christmas, I will say nice things about the ACLU today.
We'll see how that goes. Okay, we usually start off with a history article.
You know what? I'm going to save that one to the end.
Okay, headlights.
Headlights, yes.
This show.
Dear God.
Oh, man. Headlights. Okay, Nancy Pelosi is holding on to the articles of impeachment. So the impeachment has happened. Obviously, we all knew it was coming down.
She going to give them to Mitch McConnell for Christmas?
So that's the next step. So Congress is out for Christmas, so no, nothing else is going to happen.
Dang.
You can't expect your congressman to work through the holidays, even though we are. So
Sure.
So she's holding on to the articles of impeachment. The next step after the House voted for impeachment is to send them to the Senate for them to do their own investigation. She's not going to send them because, for whatever reason, she thinks she's going to sit on her glory throne for a little bit longer, right?
Well, I mean, when it's the only thing you've got, you got to hold on to it for a little while longer because as soon as Mitch McConnell gets that, it's going in the circular file.
Lost. Yep. But they realize now. Have they realized now that they've lost? And that they are losing, and they're going to lose dramatically in November of 2020. Are they getting that?
You know,
is it sinking in?
I kind of think they are, given the number of people that are saying like, no, don't do it. I think so, but they've painted themselves into a corner. They have to do it now. Mm-hmm. Their chance to back out of this and save face, that window has closed.
You're dang right. Yeah, they screwed themselves real good.
Their only hope now would be to hand it to Mitch McConnell yesternow, ram it through, get it frickin' thrown out, and then move on and hope Trump does something else stupid before Election Day and the American public has, count on the short memory of the American public.
But you're counting on Trump to do something stupid. He never does that.
No, I'm pretty much counting on him doing something stupid, but he can make so much hay out of this impeachment thing. Like, he can sell that all the way through the end of the year.
But it shouldn't be his job. It should be Mitch McConnell's job to do the right thing, but he's not going to.
The right thing being?
Running his own investigation.
Oh, yeah. He should be calling everybody. He should be calling friggin' Hunter Biden up there.
Yep. Call them all back. Yep. But he's not going to because he's not going to do it the right way.
No.
Okay. We're going to stay.
Turtlehead Mitch.
Let's stay on this same train of thought here because the Democrats, they had their 6th Democratic debate. There's only a couple people on stage.
Just wake me up when you're done, okay?
Okay. So Andrew Yang, he was up there lamenting because he's the last person of color left on stage.
Oh my gosh.
Because that's what qualifies you to be president.
Gotta check the intersectionality box.
Yep. I'm the last man of color, so apparently that makes me the only qualified person left.
No, that is not true. Elizabeth Warren is still in the race.
Yes, Elizabeth Warren. Yeah.
Vote for Elizabeth Warren. She's 2020th Native American.
2020th.
Because it's 2020, the election year.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Get there faster.
I got to explain your jokes.
Wow.
Okay, and Buttigieg, that guy, I don't really feel bad for him, but he is getting it from all angles on that stage because he's the one rising the fast. Are you getting dirty? Come on. It's a Christmas edition. It's a PG show, Joe. Can we count on you to contain yourself? We're not. I'm going to press on. This guy's going to sit over here giggling.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. So Elizabeth Warren, they were coming at him because he had a campaign, a fundraiser for his campaign, and he had a bunch of billionaires come with it. And so they were coming after him for that.
Buttigieg.
Yes.
Yes.
How dare he?
Right.
Take money from billionaires.
Right. Yeah, except so did everybody else.
And he
They're arguing over the number of billionaires they had supporting each other. So it's like, well, you had 42 billionaires support you, but I only had 39. Like, really?
yeah.
Okay.
He had the best comeback. He's like, of all the people on this stage, I make the least money on the stage. So I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, because you're the mayor of a small town or a small city in friggin' the middle of flyover country, brother. Like, you...
Yep. And that was his actual comeback. You want to talk about building a campaign, trying to do it in a small town, running a campaign to be a mayor in a small town in Pence's, Indiana. Whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
and the last thing coming out, we're going to stay on the same train of thought.
Because Pence has ever been anything but nice to him.
Yeah, he tried. I mean, that's the
well.
only thing he's got is he was picking a fight. My favorite thing
Yep.
coming out of this Democratic debate is when Joe Biden, so the Politico facilitators who were running this debate, they came at Joe Biden, they said, so Trump's economy in 3 years is by far and above doing 10 times better than your economy did with Obama in 8 years. What's your response?
Right.
He stuttered for like 2 minutes and then he said, we have to remove Trump.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched that.
all this dude
he
came
went
up with.
full Porky Pig, and Pete's Trump.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that dude, he needs to hit that eject and blow on that CD because he's starting to skip.
It was pretty funny.
CDs are what people had before MP3s for you younger audience out there.
Oh wow. He went there.
I did.
Okay, last thing I want to mention about this Democratic debate is Elizabeth Warren was called out on the rug by the Politico facilitators. Again, they said all the financial advisors in this country, the top ones, say that your Medicare for All plan is not going to work. What's your
yes.
response to that?
Yes.
What's her response? Well, they're all wrong.
Well, they're wrong. I'm a Harvard law professor. How dare you question me?
I don't know what you say to that.
I'm just curious, like, question out there to the Democratic National Convention, like, or Democratic National Committee. How are you still allowing her to run? Seriously. Like, after a statement like that, you're done. Like, once your economic illiteracy has been exposed like that, what is there left? She's got nothing.
Yeah, remember Beto O'Rourke's statement when he said he's going to take all our weapons. He lasted another 5 minutes before he had to back out.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's coming, Elizabeth Warren. Okay.
Yeah. It's nice knowing you, though.
Last rapid fire headlight is that 13 people were shot this weekend in Chicago while they were at a funeral for somebody who died being gunned down in Chicago.
It's almost like there's a connection here.
Just going to leave that
I'm
there.
not seeing it.
And 7 more people were shot in Baltimore this weekend. Not this week, not this month. In 2 days, that's how many people were shot. It actually happened in one shooting. But so this whole thing that I've been talking about in my headlights, this is what happens when Democrats run the show. You get impeachment for no reason.
Generations. For generations. I know I've looked it up before, but it's been like 60 plus years consecutive of Democrat control in Chicago. And what has happened?
That's a great point, and the same principle applies to Baltimore. But it no longer has to be generations. Once they get their foot in the door, they start pushing their socialism ideals upon everybody, and it's no longer going to take 60 years anymore.
Well, if you're Virginia, you're not even waiting for them to be in office. Like, Virginia just elected a slew of Democrats. They haven't even taken office yet, and they've already pushed through 100 plus laws that are on the slate to be voted on, most of which are gun laws.
So let's talk about that, because I just brought up everything that was ugly, depressing, and demoralizing about the Democrats. So now let's toss it up to you so we can hit that home run.
Alrighty.
You're
so
welcome.
Yeah, so in Virginia, their newly elected Democrat houses there have wasted absolutely no time putting up a ton of new gun control bills. How many was it? I can't remember. It's not important. They put up it's at least 50 new gun control bills to be voted on, like, as soon as they convene, and all of them check the block for Governor Northam. He wants 8 measures.
Yeah, 8 gun control laws.
8 gun control measures.
Yeah.
And if you actually look at the text of the bills, or that they're putting up, it's unbelievable. Like he's calling for an assault weapons ban, but it isn't an assault weapons ban; it's an assault firearm ban.
Yeah,
so
the
it's not like
headline
it's
I read
just
said
assault style firearms, right? So it's not just your AR-15s, your scary looking black guns. It's, if you read the text of the bill, it's pretty much every gun out there that isn't a revolver. It's insane.
So when you said when they convene, you're talking about after the holidays, after Christmas break. This is what they're going to be voting on.
As soon as they take office, as soon as they're sworn in, this is job number one. And like every one of them has the tacit blessing of Governor Northam already. Like as soon as they touch his desk, he's inking them and they become law. To counter this, however, 110 municipalities in Virginia have already said, no, we're a Second Amendment sanctuary zone. It's almost every county in Virginia that doesn't touch Washington, D.C.
Yeah, so the numbers are above 75% of the counties in Virginia have come out and said, no way, no how.
Right. And as of today, as of 2 days ago, as of Friday, we're filming this on Sunday, their state attorney general has said, like, there's no legal weight to you putting these Second Amendment sanctuaries in place. Yeah. So they will be enforced. They will be followed. That's a quote from him. These resolutions have no legal force, and they're just part of an effort by the gun lobby to stoke fear. He's declaring that they have no right to do things at the county level because of what the state says. But yet the state can do things that are declared illegal at the federal constitutional level. The talk has been of sending in the National Guard to enforce these things, and which is the governor's purview. He can, if he so chooses, he can call up the National Guard in event of a state emergency, because the National Guard, unlike the active duty army, answers to the state first and can be federalized if needed. So they are a state force. Calling out a large government, calling out a military force to ensure the following of laws that the people feel are unjust. I've heard what the people of Virginia have to say about this. Unfortunately, both King George II and Lord General Cornwallis were unavailable for comment, but it didn't work out so well for them. Like, you're literally talking about what started this country, is people refusing to follow unjust laws. And we have, 330, so it'd be 327 million more guns than we did back then.
Oh, man. But
jolly good luck.
How about the irony of that, of trying to activate a military force using their guns to go and try and take other people's guns?
Well, that's the only way the government can do it. And everything is by either textual or by implied threat of force. And
how the National Guard works, when it gets activated, it's soldiers from that state, right? They're coming from the state.
So you're talking about Virginians being activated by the governor to take guns from other Virginians.
And not only that, but it's widely known that the majority of your people in the military, in the National Guard, love their guns. They have their own guns. So how, are they going to take the guns from themselves? I mean, we've talked about this 100 times. I don't understand how that's going to work.
Hey, Virginia National Guardsmen, if your muster day includes orders like it's a bring your gun to work day, don't do it. Yeah, it's a trap.
Jolly good luck with that, though,
yeah,
Virginia.
Seriously. Well,
I mean, on our last episode, I wasn't kidding. I want to see those laws passed because I want to see how this shakes out.
I kind of do, but I kind of think that the Democrats in that state know they're going to get friggin' smashed in the next election cycle, because they're already taking so much blowback from this. Look at what they did with Trump at the federal level. As soon as they started talking impeachment, they got smashed for it. And they had to follow through because they'd already committed. These people have already committed everything they are to this bill. And this is not going to end well for them. Like, this is not something... They've set themselves up so that they can't back down. But if they don't back down, you're not going to take people's guns from them. You're just not. There will be whole police departments, coming out in force to oppose this. There'll be National Guardsmen, whole companies who tell you to kick rocks. It's not happening.
I think it's going to be much bigger than that. I think that these backwater militias that are being formed up back there, just people, not law enforcement, not National Guards, just your regular gun-toting citizen, forming his own militia, there's going to be a call to arms. There's already Facebook groups forming over this. Call the people to come and help. And I think that you're going to find a lot of out-of-staters going over there.
Yes, but that's the wrong answer. Like the militias that are being formed, that can't be the right answer. That will be American on American violence. Like, this is exactly what we don't want.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we did this, it was the single bloodiest war in American history. Like, second place is not that close.
And I agree with you there, because I don't want that. I'm not trying to promote violence, but what I want is that I want the Democrats in Virginia, I want them to understand that we're not afraid to get to that point. And I want the numbers to show that hey, if you're going to keep doing this, eventually the Civil War is going to come and you are going to lose. And I want these militias, these backwater militias, I want people from out of state of Virginia going up there and saying, we're going to stop this here in your freaking state before it bleeds over into other states, like it already has.
Yes.
Enough is enough.
Well, if you look at what happened, was it Montana? The Cliven Bundy case where the federal government showed up to seize this dude's...
Yeah, where was that? Is it Arizona? Montana, maybe? Yeah.
I think it was Montana. Anyway, but people bust themselves in from out of state and set up with their own guns against the ATF, and that was enough. They backed down because they weren't willing. They weren't willing to go guns hot with their fellow Americans. Especially when you know that the other side is armed with the same firepower that you are.
Yeah, and the conclusion of that would have been, even if the ATF would have won that, in the long term they would have lost.
Correct.
Bigger than they ever won one battle.
Yep.
So, all right.
Here's hoping it does not come to that.
Okay. Oh man, something really cool coming out of the UK. Boris Johnson and his Conservative Party are finally pushing through Brexit. Brisket?
That barbecue? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I speak barbecue. I don't speak British politics that well.
Brexit. You remember this? This was voted on in 2016 by the people. This wasn't something the government pushed through. This is something on the ballot that the people voted for.
Twice.
Yep. And won. But because the government in the United Kingdom was controlled by a mainly liberal party or leftist party, it never got pushed through.
Yeah, they decided that the people had voted the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And the vote should be nullified.
So now Boris Johnson and his Conservative Party control the government over there. So they are saying by the end of January, Brexit, which means the United Kingdom will no longer be a part of the European Union, which is the right thing to do.
Yes. If you are a country that has surrendered your national sovereignty to bureaucrats in Belgium that you did not elect, how is that a good thing?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, why do you even have, a royal house anymore? Why do you even have the House of Lords, the House of Commons? Why do you have Parliament at all when all your decisions are being made by Brussels? You just need administrators from Brussels in your country to make sure that Brussels rules are followed.
I don't even understand. It's amazing to me how they have survived this far and they haven't been bankrupted already by the European Union, because they're one of the richest countries over there.
Right, yeah.
So them and Germany have supported the entire EU on their backs.
Well, I'd like to see how long it lasts now when Germany is pretty much financing Greece, Italy, Ireland, and Spain by themselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Greece alone is such a freaking money pit. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's pretty bad over there. I worry what's going to happen in the United Kingdom, because this is a step in the right direction, and I hope they keep undoing a lot of the bad decisions they made over there. But to me, I worry if it is too late for them. When you get to the point where you've taken people's guns away and you've socialized...
And the knives. And their sharp scissors.
And you've socialized medicine over there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how you could ever come back from that. I mean, Hitler and the Italy guy,
Mussolini.
Yes, thank you. I mean, it took a world war to come back from that nonsense. So how are they... I see small incremental steps that Boris Johnson can't push through, but making a full 180 on socialism.
So you're saying this isn't a trend upward, it's just reducing the trend downward?
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
It's delaying the inevitable. I don't want it to be like that. Like, Britain, started the United States. It would be sad. It's like, watching your parent go the way of all things. But at the same time, like, you can't avoid the consequences of your decisions forever.
Right. Yep, good point.
I think that what I would like to see happen is, we talked about this a year ago, where Britain, when one person does the right thing, it gives everyone else unconscious permission to also do the right thing.
Yes.
So I want to see like Italy and
Swexit.
Austria La Vista.
Yes. You're just
Austria
wanting
La
to use
Vista,
those.
baby. Frock off
Oh my gosh, he did it, everybody.
when France leaves.
I mean, they're already talking about it, right? I mean, it wasn't that long ago. We were talking about an actual Swexit.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
I would love it.
The conversation's
Because
happening.
if the whole thing collapses and everyone has to go back to trying to figure out how to be their own country, as opposed to just Heismaning all that authority and all that responsibility off onto people who don't care at all and have no interest in your country whatsoever, and actually have to take control and take responsibility of their own houses again, I can only see good things coming from that. I really can.
Only good things, but if it continues the way it is going, only bad things are going to happen, because Germany cannot continue to bankroll the entire
No,
nation,
they cannot.
continent over there. All right, enough of that. ACLU, really?
The ACLU,
Joel.
I am extraordinarily shocked right
Let's
now.
hear it, dude. Let's hear it.
So there is Lenawee County in Michigan. They are coming down hard on 14 Amish families
Okay.
for having unlivable houses.
They're Amish.
Right. Their houses don't have a functional sewage system or a functional flowing water system.
They also don't do electricity, right?
Correct.
Amish people.
Right.
Because that's their religion, correct?
Yeah.
They
that
choose to live
is
that
their
way.
thing. They are straight 19th century.
And let's just pause right there. I have so much respect for that.
Right?
That is just outstanding. I would love to be in a
chances that
position where
their
I could do
kids are
that.
going to be exposed to online porn, zero.
When?
Not happening. Right? I'm good with it. They don't even have the option to be forced to watch the Democratic conventions.
No. Let's go. Let's
How
go move
often,
over
right?
there.
Let's do this.
Hang out with them.
But the state is trying to crush these folks and declare their houses unlivable, essentially evict them from their own houses for having, they don't meet code
Okay.
because they don't have electricity or running water or sewage. They have a pump and a well. They have, an outhouse. I mean, kudos to anybody that can do that in Michigan, because Michigan in the winter is friggin' cold.
Idaho's pretty cold, but Michigan,
That's next level.
yes.
But they're willing to do it. They literally drive 1 horsepower vehicles because it's powered by
amazing.
1 horse. I mean, good on them. But the ACLU is saying, like, this is a First Amendment issue. Like, this is their religion. This is part of their religion. And who are you as a state to infringe on that?
Right. I don't.
Now, normally I do not have common cause with the ACLU. I am the most pro-life person I know, except maybe for Jarhead. Okay, we're about tied. We're about even. Yeah, I'll give you that. But the ACLU is big on, pro-choice, my body, my rights.
Yep.
So I virtually never have common cause with the ACLU. But this time, good on y'all for doing it right. Outstanding.
That is pretty cool.
Because it is. Are their kids dying? Are their kids unhealthy?
And that's my question. How did the state even get to that? Do they just look at the houses and be like, all right, let's start oppressing these people? Or are their kids skinny over there? Or are they walking around with mud on their faces? Are they getting
This
malnourished?
is the state that
no
brought you
education?
Ilhan Omar. I'm just saying.
And that's what I was going to ask. How close is that county to the other
Like-
county? Was this her idea?
I don't know. It's just,
But the Amish people, they're notorious for having good people, good things come out of their communities. They are builders.
I don't
right?
think that's a notorious, dude. Notorious is bad.
Famous.
Famous. I like
you.
that. They're not only famous, they're infamous.
I don't think that's infamous, dude. You're talking Tupac level there, infamous.
No, I was talking like Three Amigos level infamous. Right there. Watch the movie. It's okay. It's a good movie.
Oh, okay. Too many quotes going off right now. We better
Right?
move ahead.
Right? I like to see people who I normally see doing things that I do not agree with, that I cannot support, doing stuff that I can support. Especially around this time of the year. I like to see that they're principled. I may not agree with their principles, but at least they don't shift. At least they're not, lukewarm.
And I love this, Joe, because like we were saying, 'tis a season now where you take people who are pro-choice and pro-life. You couldn't find people on more polar opposites, right? To find common ground. I would love that. Link arms with these guys and like, let's go after this government in Michigan.
You can, kick rocks.
Exactly. Because that's the reason for the season, right?
Yes, sir.
To get together.
Correct.
I was going to say sing hymns, but I don't want you to start singing. So
Oh, bro, I have heard you sing. You got nothing to say to me. We're both bad. Speaking of which.
More Three Amigos
right?
stuff coming in.
Is it history time?
Let's do a little bit of history. It is time.
All right, a little bit of history. So this week, ostensibly in history, by most calendar reckoning, 2019 years ago, there was a little baby born in what is now Israel.
So that this is the week that we celebrate it. He was actually born in Easter time.
Right.
But it's okay. I mean, it's a good reason. I love the reason for the season. So
right, and I do not care that what we celebrate as Christmas was overlaid to a pagan holiday to earn more converts. I do not care. The fact that we take a day and celebrate the Savior of the world, literally the best Christmas present the planet has ever gotten.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
It's amazing.
Right? This is, whether you believe that Christ was the Son of God or not, he is he's the most influential person in human history.
Bar none.
Period.
Yep.
Second place is not close.
And I love this because it brings people together of all faiths, people who don't even have a faith. This Christmas season, even if you say Xmas instead of Christmas, you're still going out there wanting to serve others, right?
Xmas. As opposed to Ymas or Zemus. Yeah.
Stop yourself, dude.
That's some geometry right there.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you're stretching them this episode.
I really am. I really hope y'all are watching this on YouTube because you're going to miss so much if you're just listening to the podcast.
We still love you if you're on the podcast.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much.
But it does bring people together, right?
It does.
I mean, just in the past week, we've had so many people at our doorstep dropping off sugar, sweets, and a lot of other awesome stuff.
Right.
People who don't even go to church with us.
Right.
It's amazing.
It's cool. It really is.
Speaking of which, I want to talk about a movie real quick that me and my family just watched together. It's called...
If you say Star Wars, I will slap you.
We have not watched Star Wars. It is coming, though. I mean, you have to. It's Star Wars.
I will wait until it is pirated on something, and then I will watch that. I refuse to watch Star Wars.
But you're going to watch it. Okay, so this movie was called The Christ Child. I'm guessing you've heard of it.
Yes, sir.
So if you go, and we'll put a link in on our YouTube or podcast, wherever you're at. If you go to comingtochrist.org, it's right there. It'll be the first thing.
Video.
It was amazing. I love it because it was historically accurate. Right?
Yes. Yeah, my producer and I were talking about that.
Yep. My favorite part of the show was when the wise men, because it took them months, years to make that journey from wherever they came from. So by the time they showed up, Jesus was a toddler.
He was a toddler.
Ish. And so when they brought all these gifts into him and they kneeled down before a toddler,
right,
a little kid,
right,
the humility and the understanding that they had of who he was as a Messiah, I mean, just watching that, because you've never seen something like that before on the TV. I mean, it kind of knocked my socks off, dude. It was pretty amazing.
It was. The fact that they filmed it in Hebrew rather than in English.
Yeah. You didn't understand a word of what
I couldn't understand
said,
a daggone thing he was saying.
But the spirit was there.
Yep.
It was a tearjerker for sure. Amazing show.
Dude, Joseph walks up to his house and there's like dudes with spears outside.
Oh, yeah,
and that kind of like, what? Kind of look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Mary, you good in there? we okay?
Right.
Gonna have to bust out some knife hands like a Marine.
All right. It's a great show. Please check it out.
Yeah, it's
you
good
will
stuff.
not regret it. And that is the reason for the season.
Indeed, sir.
Is that our show?
I think that is our show.
Awesomeness. So, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Felicitous Rama Hana Kwanzmas if you're not Christian. I don't know if you don't celebrate things.
You know the best way to wrap all of that up is? Semper Fidelis. Come on now. No, it fits, dude.
No.
Semper Fidelis is Latin for always faithful. It's the slogan of the United States Marine Corps. Hoorah!
You sure it's not Fidelis? I know your tendency to put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Not what Jarhead thinks.
Merry Christmas, Platoon. We hope you all have a good one. We hope you're safe. I hope you absolutely eat yourselves sick over the holidays.
Jarhead's already there.
I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
I have to go into work tomorrow, but I'm taking the rest of the time off. So Fat, Dumb, and Happy starts right now.
Yeah, I got a head start with some Crayola gummies. Remember where those came from?
Outstanding. Good.
Thank you for that, Joe.
Merry Christmas, Platoon. Have a happy holiday. We love you guys. Platoon dismissed.
Semper Fi.
I'm
not going to do it. Go keep
Oh, good times. Merry Christmas, Platoon.
The Three Amigos should be in a Christmas show.
It really should. It has nothing to do with Christmas whatsoever. We should watch that tonight, producer. Die Hard and Three Amigos. Yes.
Right. Die Hard is a Christmas show.
Right answer.